Hey everyone and welcome to Hockey North. I'm Andi Petrillo. You know, it was a shortened week in the PWHL because 24 players made their way to Toronto to take part in the NHL All-Star festivities. Another week in the books. Hailey Salvian from The Athletic here. And here's the thing, as I said off the top, shortened week, but not short on some great games for the PWHL. But let's talk Natalie Spooner a little bit, because now she picked up 2 goals, leads the league with 7 goals. It's just pretty incredible, you know, what she's been able to do for a team. She's been the one bright spot.
Yes.
Now, mind you, those back-to-back wins have catapulted them up the standings a little bit.
Yeah.
But just how great has she been?
She's been unbelievable. She's been the star of the show, and this is a roster that a lot of people have talked about because it's filled with a lot of Team Canada athletes, right? We're talking about Sarah Nurse, who's on the cover of NHL 23. We're talking about Emma Malte, Kristen Campbell, their starting goalie. There's just so many players from that Team Canada world. Blair Turnbull's another one, but Natalie Spooner has been like the undoubtable star of the show in Toronto, and I think you know what you're gonna get from her. Like every single night, she's gonna go hard to the net. She's really strong on her skates. She's very hard to push off the puck. She's always in and around the net front, either whether it's a tip, whether it's, you know, cleaning up the mess in front, and
just providing a screen. You said, do you still stand by it? You said on our broadcast, she's the best player in front of the net, hands down.
Yeah. There's nobody better in the world than Natalie Spooner at the net front right now.
We're going to get into Montreal because they pull off the victory. They too needed, past the 60-minute mark there.
Yeah.
Laura Stacey ends up being the hero, 2-1 over Boston. So now they've created a bit of separation between themselves and Minnesota in the standings. They have 17 points to lead the league, whereas now Minnesota has 15. But I mean, okay, so Laura Stacey, I want to talk about how great that is, but I'm also looking at Montreal, Minnesota going, does anyone want to win in regulation and get the full 3 points instead of the 2? But here's the thing. So Marie-Philippe Poulin still leads that team with 6 goals. But, you know, we also know she's had a hat trick. Laura Stacey seems to have been more consistent. She's either opened the game with scoring or gets the winner. Have you been really impressed with her?
Yeah, absolutely. And I've been really impressed, but I haven't been surprised. I think that's an important qualifier. In the Laura Stacey conversation, she's coming off of like the best season of her career, in my opinion, last year. She was so important for what Team Canada was doing. And now we're seeing her get more opportunity, more ice time in Montreal, and she's taking that and running with it. She hasn't changed her game. She's very speedy. She's a north-south player. And there's a reason why Montreal made her one of their first 3 signings, as she was coming off of such a great season, and they knew that she was someone that they would either be able to pair with Marie-Philippe Poulin on the top line or have as the play driver on line 2, and that's really given Montreal a 1-2 punch. In their top 6, when you have Poulin and Maureen Murphy, who is a great duo on the top line, and then Laura Stacey on the second, it's giving them a lot more depth.
Let's go in some hockey news here because we know they're going to take a break now, the PWHL, the rivalry series, Canada versus the States. We also know a lot of these women represent their country. They do so at the World Championships. Of course, they do so at the biggest stage ever, which is the Olympics. And now the NHL players will be back at the Olympic Games as well. We know that they were hoping to be Beijing 2022, but again, because of so many other COVID restrictions, it didn't happen. The players were not happy, Hailey. They were ticked off because they felt like they had negotiated that back in a new deal to say, we want to be back at the Games, because they never thought it could be taken away.
Right.
What does it mean to have them back in the Olympics?
Oh, I think it's huge. I know, like, obviously we have best on best hockey on the women's side, and just think of how many amazing moments we've seen from, like, Canada and U.S. and the gold medal game, or huge moments from different countries on the women's side, and I'm so excited that it's going to be back. You know, at NHL All-Star, that was a huge topic of conversation with the players. Sidney Crosby specifically was asked, like, are you going to be there? Do you get another opportunity?
Because it's 2 years away.
Right, and I just think it'd be so cool to be able to see, guys like Crosby, but also playing with this kind of next generation, because it's such a shame that we haven't been able to see like Crosby and McKinnon on Team Canada, or Connor McDavid, Sidney Crosby, Cale Makar. Like, we haven't seen all these guys together. It's been such a long time since we've seen, Team Canada with NHLers on it. Unfortunately, I think the Americans have a lot of skill and talent.
I was just thinking that. I'm still going, that American team actually looks scary.
Oh, they're frightening, and their goaltending depth is so much better than Canada's too. So, like, I'm a little worried, but very excited at the same time. Worried as a Canadian, but excited as somebody who just likes the sport and will have to be objective in covering it, I'm sure.
I would say we just totally showed how Canadian we are in that one. But yes, from an objective standpoint, it's great to have the NHLers back at the Olympics. Going back to PWHL Lexie G, check this out. How cool is this? She still made a fan's day. Her mom, the fan's mom, Jenny B, reached out on TikTok because Lexie, huge on TikTok, massive social media presence, and said, can you show up to my daughter's birthday party? Their reactions are priceless. I love this. I love all of this.
I think it's amazing. Like seeing all of the kids just come up the stairs and freak out in this moment where she starts crying.
Oh,
that's incredible.
These girls now get to cry over a female hockey player, which is also pretty awesome, right?
Yeah,
Lexie G walks on in and it's like, who is that? And they all have a freak out. All right, great stuff, Hailey. CBC will be back with more PWHL action on February 17th on GEM. Be sure to download the app, watch all the action here, and just like we gave you gold now, let's listen to some more. Here's Abby Rock.
This is for you. Of course. Jamie, look at the sign to your right. Sign to your right. Go right there.
I do? Oh, yeah. Her list of wedding invites. She's not even in a relationship.
And I have like my bride, it's my bridal party, and then this is everybody.
What sign you're talking about? It said, like, can I get on your wedding list? No way. That's amazing. And I said, yeah. Oh, my God, I love that. You just got on it, though, so. One more time. Hi, baby. Nice to meet you. Always. Figured. I know. Just love you. Oh, nice pass, Jake. Your pass was 1 mph. Do you have anything to say to the line? You shoot. Snipe.